Hello everybody, welcome to my new channel and its first video. I will show you how I built J35 Draken in the kit from Hasegawa at 1/48 scale. I will be using some aftermarket details like the 3-day print set from Eduard for the pilot seat and the wheels, Photo-Etch parts from Eduard, 3D print of exhaust nozzles from ResKit, and the masks from Omask. Later I will add some more aftermarkets. Plus, of course, we have here the plastics from Hasegawa and the decals. So let's start the build. Starting with the cockpit, I will use the Photo-Etch set. So first I need to remove the details from the plastics. Here is the first additional detail added to the cockpit floor. However, I think that this detail will be hardly visible at the end. After painting the interior, I'm adding the instrumental panels from the Photo-Etch parts, which will add additional details to the cockpit. After painting the interior, I'm adding the instrumental panels from the Photo-Etch set, which will add additional details to the cockpit. As you can see, these panels are much more detailed than the original kit and are easy to be used and installed. The drying of the ultra glue from ammo takes a couple of minutes, so you can still adjust the panels, which is much easier to be used than using the super glue. The main panel board will be completely replaced by this Photo-Etch parts. We need to combine 3 parts together. But again, it looks much better than the original part from the kit. And now I can finally continue with the plastics from the kit. And after gluing the entire cockpit, I will wash it with the panel lines from Tamiya. To imitate the usage. The excess of the panel panel liners can be easily removed using the ear stick. Adding a little bit of scratches. And some more details to the main body. Let's get on to the pilot seat. I will be using the 3D print set from Eduard. Again, adding additional details. I'm kind of obsessed with the pilot seat, so I'm always looking for something better than what is in the kit. After painting the seat and gluing all three parts together, we can move on to the seat belts, which are from the Photo-Etch set. Are quite easy to be used. You can easily bend them and glue it with, this time with the super glue. And they can be easily bent to the correct position. I'm gluing also the bottom part of the seat belt, not to have them flying around, and have them in kind of natural position. The seat belts are usually missing in the plastic kits, but are definitely necessary for having more advanced look of the model. Now we can add data stencils from the set. Which are traditional water decals. And washing the seat with the panel liners to look more natural and less shiny. I will apply a couple of layers of this wash on the body of the seat. And the same is valid for the seat belts. And here we go, here we have a beautiful pilot seat. So we can move on to the body of the plane. These are additional details for the cockpit from the Photo-Etch set from Eduard. They should be silver. I'm using aluminium real color maker from AK Interactive. And now drilling the holes for the external fuel tanks and the missile pylons. And while working on the body of the plane, we can now talk about the plane itself. This is Saab 35 Draken, Swedish interceptor. Draken in Swedish means either dragon or a kite. It's an iconic plane from Cold War era, and the development started already in 1948. And it took 7 years until the first flight. The first flight was in 1955, and it entered the service in 1960, obviously in Sweden first. It was the first Western European built fighter aircraft with true supersonic capabilities, and the first plane designed with the delta wings. It was also one of the first Western European built aircraft which exceeded Mach 2 in the level flight. In the Swedish service it stayed until 1980s when it was replaced by a more advanced vegan. The plane was also exported to Finland, Denmark, and also to Austria, and Austria was the last country to decommission it in 2005. It was capable of reaching maximum speed of Mach 2.3 with the maximum service sailing to 20,000 meters and a range of 2,700 kilometers. Now I'm gluing the wings. Now we can move on to do build of exhaust nozzles. I will be using the ResKit set. After removing the parts from the spur, I will try to dry fit it into the plane, and I see that these parts are much bigger, longer than what was expected in the original packaging. So I need to remove the parts from the kit and make a little bit bigger holes. Now dry fitting, it fits. So we can move on to the painting, so that I will have it ready for the final assembly. The build itself is quite straightforward, with only small fitting issues, mainly on the wings. And I'm using acrylic putty. The biggest advantage of acrylic putty is that it can be easily wiped off using water and the ear stick without any need for sanding. The sanding is needed only on the exhaust covers and the front part of the plane. Next step is to rescribe and deepen the panel lines so that they are more visible. At this point I will also prepare the wheels legs. The front wheel I will build dry fitting it into the final position and gluing the parts together. And now we have the correct shape, which can then be removed from the plane and ready for the next works. For the lights installation, I need to cut off parts of the wings. before assembly to the main body, I will prepare the intakes. I will paint them with the black and iron. The black needs to be covered before painted with iron. And now I need to mask it, so I'm using Tamiya masking tape. And this way I will assemble the intakes to the main body. I will also prepare the canopy using the pre-cut mask from Omask. And we are ready for the painting. So the first step is to paint the entire body with the surfacer. Also the additional parts which are not yet placed on their positions. Then I'm using the pre-shading technique, which will help me to imitate the usage of the plane for the after the final painting. First white on the panels. Then black on the panel lines. And at the end, adding a little bit of brown to add additional depth. The painting will start with the silver on the belly. Veins from the bottom will be in the natural gray. You can see the effect of the pre-shading. And the fun begins with the painting of the camouflage on the upper part of the plane. First starting with the green. I have masked the parts which will be blackish before painting the green, so that I don't overspray them, and I still keep the pre-shading there. And now I'm masking the green paint with the gum, which will help me to have the smooth transition between the green and the black color. Actually, it's not black. I will be painting this dark color using midnight blue from Gunza as well. And after the masking with the gum and the masking tape, I can paint the rest of the plane with the midnight blue color. And after the paint is finished, I will spray the entire plane with the gloss lacquer clear coat to protect the paint for the decals setting. For setting the decals, I will use the micro set and micro sol. And after placing all the decals and let them dry for more than 1 day, I will spray the entire plane using first the clear and then satin varnish coat to protect the decals, and we can slowly move on to the weathering. While waiting for the setting of decals and drying of the coat, I will prepare the missiles. The missiles are completely missing in the kit, so I will use the 3D print from ResKit for sidewinders and falcons. The plane is using or was using the Swedish version of these missiles, which are not exactly the same, but I will use this standard American missiles. Just paint them in Swedish colors, or how they were used. So the sidewinders will be green with white head, and falcons will be white with a yellow stripe, which is masked here, as you can see. I will also add data stencil decals from the ResKit sets. However, these decals are for the American missiles, not the Swedish ones, but still it will add a little bit more details to the weapons. We can also prepare the landing wheels. These are the wheels from the Eduard 3D print, which are again much more detailed than the original part from the box. And we can immediately wash them and prepare them for the final assembly. Using the panel liners for highlighting the details. And adding a little bit of rust. I want to have the plane used and well weathered, so at first I'm imitating the scratches using a sponge and dry silver. Then adding scratches using lighter shades of the main colors, both for midnight blue and also for the green. And then the weathering continues with the oil paints. We are getting close to the end. We can complete all the missing parts, starting with the wheels. These are the pylons for the external fuel tanks. And also pylons for the missiles. Some antennas. Here I'm using the holographic foil to imitate the lens. Finally, you can put the pilot seats into its place. There it is. The holographic foil makes nice detail. And we can complete the canopy. And the last but not least is the Python tube. So if you like the video, I would be very happy if you can give me the like, or maybe even subscribe for my future builds. And we are done.